Hey, welcome back to Pretty Girl Movies, a channel where I speak my truth about the films that mess with my spirit, my blood pressure, and my snack budget. And today we're talking about the newest and supposedly last movie in the Mission Impossible saga. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Yeah, when they say final, we'll see. I don't really trust Hollywood when they say it's the last one. That's like me saying just one more drink when I know it's going to be more than one drink. But let's just pretend for now that this is really the last Mission Impossible movie and just move forward. So this movie gave everything, okay? It gave paranoia, betrayal, action, trauma, nostalgia, an AI with a god complex, and Tom Cruise, as always, doing things that should be illegal for a man his age to be doing. Whatever, but he's Tom Cruise, he's gonna do it anyways. So let's just break it down. Okay, let's start with the tortilla, okay? Because I have to lay the ground basis for us before we get to the meat of this thing here. Okay, so the setup for this movie, we've upgraded from bombs and bioweapons to a full-on AI thing called the Entity. And the Entity basically said, yeah, y'all not running this right. You guys are running humanity into the ground. So let me just hold my nachos and then let me take care of it for you. And it's basically the worst parts of the internet given consciousness. And it has a plan. A big one. One that basically just gets rid of all of humanity for the sake of balance and peace, or whatever it wants to say. And then we have Gabriel. If you watch the other Mission Impossible movies, you know he's from Ethan's past. If not, just picture a man that walks around in all black and thinks he's right all the time. It's very annoying. But he works with the Entity, like some kind of spiritual tech guru guy. And then meanwhile, Ethan gets a hold of a key, one of two parts that can destroy the Entity. And naturally, the Entity doesn't like that. So the Entity's after Ethan, Gabriel's after Ethan, the government is out of control, they don't know what to do, nobody trusts anybody basically, and yet Ethan is the only one that can basically save the day. So he goes to Madam President and he begs for a chance to save the day. And then she gives him the chance to save the day in secret because nobody else trusts Ethan. And they wouldn't let it happen if they were in on it. Whatever. But now that I have that tortilla, the basis there, let's get to the meat of things, because I do have some things I want to say about this, and they're not, I don't know. Let's just get to the meat. Let me just get to the meat. So let me go ahead and say that I don't like to admit this, but Tom Cruise doesn't miss. It's really annoying, but it's true. This man is 60 and still doing high-speed chases on foot like his life depends on it. Like, he is oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Ignore that. Oh my goodness. Moving on, though. This movie was damn near 3 hours long, and I didn't blink once the whole time. It held my attention the whole time, which is bad. I have short attention span. So the pacing was good though, but the action was really fun. The plot made sense, and it did have a beginning, middle, and end. No filler, no cliffhangers, just real story progression, which I really appreciated. And then the way they tied in previous characters gave us flashbacks, and we're just respecting the lore of this crazy franchise. I was eating it up in there, okay? William showing up again, I was gassed. I was shocked. I leaned forward in my seat. And then when he survived the movie, I was so happy because I'm tired of people dying. I'm sorry. Let people live. And then William's wife, she was sweet. She was iconic. She was fully down for whatever. And I really, really do love that. We love her. I don't know. She was just a sweet little lady. And I don't know. I loved her. But speaking of people dying and me being sick of people dying, Jesus Christ. Let me talk about Luther, because that did make me a little bit upset. Again, don't be mad when I jump around. I told you I'm disorganized. So, sorry. But I do have to talk about Luther, because this part of the movie really did make me sick. So Luther dies, and yes, I get that it made sense for the plot or whatever. It wasn't just a throwaway death. It did serve a purpose, but I still didn't like it. I was a little upset in my seat, just mad. And what really made me mad, actually, was Gabriel, okay? This man had the audacity to dance around holding the poison key. Like he earned it or something. What are you? Luther died trying to make sure that, I don't know, the world didn't end. And then here just comes Gabriel acting like he was the king. Like, who are you? Like, it really had me grinding my teeth. Like, I was like, this is why I hate men, actually. Like, this right here, because you're not just evil. You have an ego that doesn't need to exist. Like, who do you think you are? Like, I, it's fine. But here's the thing about Luther. His death, it really wasn't senseless. It was a sacrifice. It doesn't mean I like it, though. You know, watching that man go down after everything's done for this team, it just made me feel like I didn't like it. You know, like, I get no one is safe. Not even the real ones, but like, doesn't mean I have to like it. Like, I'm sorry. That really got my pickle tickled. I'm so sorry, guys. Jumping back again and moving forward, Madam President Erica, I was happy. Okay, now let's talk about that. Okay, that soothes my soul. Angela Bassett as President Erica, like the way I kicked my feet and giggled when she came on screen, like I don't really care how that sounds either. I just love seeing an intelligent black woman in power, like especially in a genre that usually saves the good government roles for like the cold old white men that are disposable, in my opinion. She was the only one in power who actually believed Ethan, okay? And the only one who saw what was coming and gave him the chance to actually stop it. She didn't panic until the last minute. She didn't stall. She just said go because she trusted him, okay? They have a long history. She trusted him. She knew he would get the job done. And I love that. That's my president. Yes. And I really do want a spinoff. That is just her running the world after this. Like, give me some Mission Impossible starring Madam President Erica. I like her. I don't know. Maybe I just like Angela Bassett. And that just translates to any character that she has, but I'm not mad about that either. Excuse me. But funniest moment I do have to say is when I thought the power outage that I experienced was part of the movie. So listen here, okay? 30 minutes into the movie, the screen goes completely black. I mean, like you know, like you turn the TV off and it like that, you know. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, oh wow, okay, Tom Cruise really did something. Like, I like this. This is like suspense. But no, the theater just had a power outage. And the crazy part is, it went black at a moment that was like so cinematic. Like if it was like, it would have been good if it was an actual movie. Is all I'm gonna say. Like, the tension was high, and it was a good moment, and it was like black, and I was like, oh, I like this. But it turns out Tom Cruise wasn't in the theater, you know. But you know what? Whatever. Because in my opinion, is if anybody has the power to shut down the entire theater, it's Tom or Scientology. I'm kidding. Don't cut for me. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just joking. I didn't mean to make that joke. I'm so sorry. But Ethan's plan, moving on, sorry. Ethan's plan to create, I don't know. Ethan's plan is just pure chaos. Like, I don't know. Let's talk about this plan, okay? He has to dive deep, no, dive deep sea to a submarine while trying not to blow it up. He has to nearly drown and die, and then get resuscitated by his team just in time. Be put in a decompression chamber before his lungs collapse, and then he has to fight Gabriel in the sky, like. And then he also has to retrieve the poison key to stop the AI that's ready to just kill off the whole human race. Like, just there wasn't a simpler there wasn't a simpler way to do this. This wasn't like this is so complicated. Only people like Tom Cruise think of things like this. Like, what's going on in your brain up there? You know, he did all of his own stunts. I'm like, why? But Tom Cruise doesn't do anything halfway. I'll give him that, okay? That man wakes up and say, how can I get my adrenaline high today? Because what in the hell? What in the hell was that? Quite literally all I can say. It was impressive, but I'm just like, only Tom Cruise would do something like this. And then also, that 15-minute countdown was just straight lies, okay? Because let's be honest, that final fight between Ethan and Gabriel, that was not 15 minutes. That was at least 40. I kept looking at the screen like, ain't no damn way this bomb is like, that has not went off yet. Like, what is this? What is this? And Gabriel, at that point, I was so over him. That fight drags, okay? He was just talking like, tell me I'm right. Like, what are you? And I was just like, dude, Tom, just grab the key off his neck and go. Like, this is not this deep. I don't need all this, okay? You survived so much, and this one man in a goatee should not be like a 40-minute fight right now. Like, good God. Good, good God. That's all I'll say about it. And then now, let's talk about how this movie made AI the villain and how weirdly real it kind of felt. The way the entity was learning, adapting, lying, calculating, it really did feel personal and funny because it really is these goddamn phones. Like, it's really the goddamn phones, okay? It's the algorithms. It's the tech knowing us better than we actually know ourselves. Watching the government freak out in this movie was just like, damn, we really can't control it anymore. Like, watching your grandma try to turn off autocorrect. Like, and like they basically said y'all are playing with these AI tools like the toys, but what happens when the toys get tired of being played with? Like they can delete us. Like it was kind of hilarious how they made AI take over feel like a group chat that just kind of got hacked by the devil. And maybe now with the dress up in Tom Cruise stunts and explosions, and people will finally start to pay attention to how dangerous AI can be. Because if they didn't, I didn't. Jesus Christ! Because if the entity was built using our data, our decisions, our behaviors, then yeah, starting over did make sense, I guess, Um, that did make sense. I can't deny the logic in that AI, whatever, ate it up, and I ate it up, whatever. But last topic I want to talk about, does anybody else get cruise-iety, or is that just me? Like that specific brand of anxiety where Tom Cruise is doing stunts and you're just in like the movie theater sweating, like he'll be dangling from something or running on top of a train and I'm like over here clutching my pearls like it's me out there. Like it stressed me out. Okay, I came to be entertained. I'm like not held hostage. But that's what he does. He commits and he drives your nervous system along with him. But I was nervous a few times. And I'm like, I know realistically that he is covered. There is wires. He would never fall. But it immediately stressed me out. Loved it. Did not like it. Loved, hate it. Whatever. So, would I watch another one though? Immediately. Even though it's called The Final Reckoning, I would watch another one because that ending just kind of left things unsaid in my opinion. Like, what if the entity escapes that little cube? What if someone wants to fight for it back? Like, what if that's not like, what if I don't know, there's more to explore, and honestly, I would be mad if they made another one. I do want them to make another one. I do want more. I'm sorry. So that's my full kind of spiral and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. If you made it this far, bless your soul, because I am all over the place. I'm so disorganized. But if you did, let me know. Did you feel the cruciety just like me? Did Giro get on your nerves? Yeah. So this has been Pretty Girl Movies, where the reviews are real, the structure is a little messy, and the opinions are very loud. I'll see you next time. I'll try to be prettier.